Oh, we're not gonna miss that, I promise you. Rather not see the ads than let you miss this. Welcome to Attack versus Peeker's Advantage. And as we're talking about the Peeker's Advantage, it's on the side of Attack. The South Africans prevail to some degree already over there on Banana, whilst Hiko and his teammates, let's see where they can land with this. As I'm saying that, no problem for JT, taking that one, and so things start to look ideal, alright, and brilliant. As 1 HP, now let's be 8, but literally speaking, 1 bullet is going to take him down anytime soon, or that at least should be the case. There you go. Done quite well. Peekers. Wait, is it actually he? Hold on. I have to say, North American scene is not my hometown. But why is... Wait. Hold up. Okay, this is confusing me. I mean, if you're wondering, usually a lineup of Attack is including tents as a stand-in. Seems like today that is not happening. Okay. Okay then. I mean, I accept it. It's going to be very interesting to see Hiko play here. It's going to be a bit of a different focus. So you see, shut down from him. My goodness, I mean, that's a bit surprising, isn't it? Didn't expect that to be the case. This Black Poison is taking out Rocka. And you know, you are allowed to blame me in case that was the previous match as well. I thought I've done my research, but obviously there were some lies spread to me here. No, Hiko was actually the beforehand, and I'm just an idiot. No, it was actually Tense in 11th of June playing. And yesterday he joined them. Okay, then I'm partially an idiot. I hope you can forgive me. I hope you can forgive me that I'm a partial idiot. As we see on the other side of the map, actually, in the meantime, JT is coming up with a refrag onto Rocka, who was gaining control beforehand. I mean, this Peeker's Advantage side is somewhat space station, with 3 of the players being from that organization. Things went down quite dramatically, if I remember correctly. His attack is down to only 3. A little upgrades. Doomster, there he goes. In the meantime, problems start erupting over on that side of A. A little mistake from Hiko is going to get him eliminated. So the Peeker Advantage side should easily obtain control over A. As I say, these problems have not been resolved yet. Slowly and steady. They're rather leaving that site. This is, by the way, not about a ticket to the American minor yet. This is just survival. Okay then, classic find. Yeah, talking about that, I mean, this being the NA closed qualifier for that North American minor, we can take a little look at Peeker's Advantage in case you are not aware who they actually are. I mean, it is the man Otterus, as well as Davey, as well as GMD, who actually came basically from the same organization, Space Station Gaming. They've played there until the midst of May. As you see, JT is taken down too. That looks quite ideal. As I say, it's banana control thrown away to some degree. It's fading, retreating, and rather taking the angle up there on the coffins. Maybe with one pre-fired shot, could though get that B-side in a shaky state. Swings wide and puts him down to 5 points of health. It could be more comfortable, as I say that. Attack most likely gonna forfeit that round, understandably. You don't want to throw away the AWP and the AUG, except they find a kill immediately. Then we might be talking, but I'm not really a fan. I'm not a fan of Attack doing that. Retreat would make so much sense to me, because you can still try the next round with decent weaponry, but they're giving that one away, and Odaris is not even having a hard time here, finding 2 already. Peaker's Advantage are able to obtain the tie in this. Well, that was a little unfortunate. I was not a fan of that in the previous round, just to point it out again, because it didn't really make sense to me when you have 3 players with all of them having armor. One very wounded, going into a retake on a quiet, narrow beef side. We could, of course, discuss that, and we could, of course, be different opinions in this situation, but saying that, Ego finds the head of Adaris. That's 1 man less on the Peaker's Advantage site. Could be more satisfying. So, taking our time, preparing for the B-side aggression. The AWP has not moved over to B, which then makes this all extremely realistic for the North Americans to work. As they slowly push onto the sites, have found the right pieces of utility. JT might be looking for a headshot, takes Davey down, is hungry for a few more, but yet punished. And so, a save from the AWP and a Doomster being a bit more aggressive in it is no real surprise, is it? And if you're wondering, and this is a thing I found out myself with doing a little bit of research, ATK, first of all, actually pronounced attack. And second of all, this is, if I remember correctly, a South African boot camp place. So, if you ever wanted to boot camp in South Africa, it's somewhere in the on Cape Town, I think in the West End, if I saw it correctly. That's a very nice place to go. I mean, just saying that I've never been to South Africa. Yet again, I'm gonna say yet again a lot. There's a realization over the last few days, and I mean, I'm solo casting this, so I'm letting you join me in as my virtual co-casters. In the last few days, I was saying yet again a lot. It's stuck in my head. Maybe you know this. Yeah, maybe you know that problem when you say one word over and over and over again because you're stupid and can't get rid of something. Okay, that was getting actually deeper than I expected. So, focusing on that, deep nades also going back into middle, causing no real turmoil as Black Poison moves back and his AWP strikes on the first. Good night, Odaris. On smoke that should deny him any further AWP presence. Fico, nearly losing his life, making it all just a little disgusting for him. Black Poison moves backwards and is gonna fall. That's the AWP down for attack. And this makes things look quite sinister. As I say that, Doomster and Fady coming from behind. Another frag granted. 3-3 it is, and I mean, this lineup, this sort of combination of Peaker's Advantage has never ever won this map. I mean, surely they have somewhere in a constellation won this one, maybe in the open qualifier or something like that. I don't mean that we're talking about just nothing else than the HLTV listed matches. There, no success found. And this is where you have to say on the other side, Attack played this map 18 times, won it 11 out of 80 times, and that against teams like Team 1, for example, the Bad News Bears, pardon that. Also 16-4 against Luminosity. I would call that quite decent, and I'm somewhat shocked that Attack in the beginning of this are giving it away so massively, especially considering that the small sample size we have from Peaker's Advantage actually leans a lot more towards the CT side. It's a small sample size, so it doesn't have to mean anything. Astute executes for Attack would give them a great advantage. So slowly and steady, Doomster moves through, tries to obtain control. The Ob is striking a little faster, and Black Poison is falling as the last one. I'm reading this right now in the chat where it's more of a LAN center. Then pardon, I unfortunately have never seen it. My mistake. But I mean, more equipped for boot camp. And actually, yeah, I remember that this weird denial thing went down. I think we don't really want to talk about it. It was a disaster. That's probably a good word. Used to be bravado, if I'm 100% correct. Things then turned sour once in a while. And by the way, one or two weeks back, we already had the South African qualifier for the Asian minor. Yeah, sounds weird. Was it the Asian minor? I'm quite convinced it was the Asian minor. Let me see. Yeah, it was the Asian minor. Funny that actually they play there. Yet again, it was Energy who advanced over there. Not the NRG. The one, you know, with the red logo. No. South African roster. Which you might have heard about. Who actually took down Goliath then in the end. Energy with Blaze, Mistum, Raid, ADM, and Wezel. At this point in time, the Peakers are taking down just another few Attack players. Make it 5. Slowly and steady. No mistake coming in for Peakers. As they get the control over on A, they realize there's no real idea that we need to push forward, because if the Deagles find us like this, it's not going to be much fun.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Rocka and his crew. What a surprising lead, you have to say. Map number 2, by the way. That would be Mirage. Final Decider does too, but at this point in time, things are still very open. Surely Attack struggled in the last few with some situations we could call debatable. Like that one push onto the B side a little earlier in this game where they hardly had anything left. They had to retake it with one extremely wounded player. Talking about that, Adaris takes down one, and suddenly the CTs, are they able to prevail is the question. Only Hiko back on the side of A, and that bomb is going down at this point in time. This is putting pressure on him. Situation not so easily resolved, and as they fight no solution, rather stick to the B side and save through. And I mean, for the Americas Minor, we have overall 6 slots. 2 of the Americas Minor go to the South American Qualifier. Funny wise, it is actually Luminosity Fury. We're also playing in here, which is a little funny if you think about it. Same with Team 1. All of them being actually Brazilians, yet playing here. And so far we have a very relaxed match. I mean, especially the South African viewers being very helpful with learning a bit more about that one. About the scene, about something that usually stays a little hidden. As I say that, Rockall with 2, which opens up the B side massively again. And that's not fun. That's really not fun. But Doomster is there to strike. Picks up another weapon. Can't do it though in the end. That bomb is hitting the ground. Maybe on 5. Could be more ideal indeed.
Bomb has been planted.
Slowly, ATK considers to make that work. I mean, their game plan right now features one coming over along with the other trying to seize control over the apartment section. Black Poison might come out there anytime soon, and David is going to take him out beforehand. The man on 5 HP is able to strike in combination with his teammate. It's all good. So, ATK. Actually in a bit of a problematic situation. 4 rounds down. I mean, surely this game is retrievable, don't get me wrong. With 60 seconds left on the clock, Peekers have made their decision. Davy Dove could fall down anytime soon. A major flaw possibly coming in. As you see, instant rotation from the both 2 B players. Still, that control has to be obtained immediately. Hiko strikes in combination with Black Poison. Security is there. I found the key. Yeah, some weird bind on his piece, on his config. And yeah, this is the lower bracket. This is about doing or dying, if that is adequately said. And it seems like Black Poison choose do. And as he has chosen that one, drone eliminated, Peeker's advantage down to 4. Next round, by the way, they would have no money to really buy up. And it seems like ATK are once more in attack mode. Driver seats they feel quite comfortably in. Yeah, suddenly, Peeker's only down 2-0. Okay then, through the smoke. And with that brutality striking, surely well done. Oh, the Eagles looking to destabilize the system of attack. I don't believe it. And no real problems occurring. Surprise, you can't really call it. Good luck and fun, GMD. I mean, just waiting actually to this round to be finished. Unrealistically, he can't make it. So, finally, the point in time, what I was actually looking for, to show you the scoreboards and who's doing what, when, and why. I mean, Hiko, we obviously don't need to emphasize on that. 118 ADR. What's very enjoyable is the entire utility damage with attack being on the CT side. I mean, surely you need to call this usual, as it should be the basic approach. Though I think it can be complemented at the end, though. Again, with the funny wise GMD doing a quite good bit on the T side, which could be called unusual. And as unusual as it is, or it was, now let's see if Peaker's Advantage are not even running into a major problem themselves. Drone down to 2. And they really provoke the aggression, and that is leading to success for attack. With only 3 remaining for Preaker's Advantage, I don't believe that there's a scenario where they come out on top. That being exactly sad right here. They emphasize that, and, well, sinister times, isn't it? With Drone and Rocket together only down just 68 HP. I gotta correct myself. Overall 39, one shot to the chest, and that will take him down. Quickly talking about this. What happened? Attack with surely the initial 2, then collapse to some degree. Picker's Advantage, though, now weakened massively. So, easily done that. Attack, if nothing else, than a simple and easy 8-7. And now on the T side, they need to show us what they are made of. Now the clock's coming out. See what's gonna happen. Utility back on the hands of JT. And so pushing through middle, it's gonna be only Davey and his teammate Drone to really hold him up. And that, of course, is gonna be just Drone's accuracy working so brilliantly. JT got no idea about the position of Davey. The bomb down, it could be denied by him. Black Poison has no awareness and his head lost. And there you see, it shouldn't be working for attack. It might be, and it should be. Another round going for Peaker's Advantage. As I say, it's Hiko not taken out yet. There it goes. 8-8. Immediate response. as the attack side of things have forced through to some degree. I mean, they left JT on the AK. Everyone else with the ZZ or the P250. And the opening is so goddamn needed. Player back on CT spotted. That doesn't change, so the matter of fact that only those sidearms can do it by now. Doomster though picked the weapon up, but seemingly very chanceless to get anything further. There you have it. A bit of a surprise, isn't it, that we see actually Peekers in so many situations put pressure on attack. Would have not expected that to be the case, very honestly. Just to point that out, attack has decided to play this with actually a 61.1% win rate. Besides that, it's like extremely balanced when it comes down to winning rounds. I mean, no specific CT or T bias you can identify when looking at the stats. With JT approaching slowly and say the B site, they gotta play it with a man less, and their main focus shifts over to the A site, and it seems like it just gets worse and worse for attack. You have to say, unfortunately, for attack, it's a do-or-die situation. I mean, same for Peekers, of course. They're right now on the downside of their own map pick. Things surely can change. We're only in round number 18. As I say, it's brilliant flashbang that brings JT to the ground. And his drone gets tagged up. GMD dying next. Both are on 1 and 4 HP respectively. One spray. And that thing is done. As Hikodo fights, he's gonna be dead. Attack. I mean, those lads are suffering right here. This round, of course, is where you don't expect too much. All of the ZZs in their hands. Attack. There they go for middle. Davey might just have a buffet, but no, it's not going to be granted. Throwing the perfect support though for his teammate back on site. As I say it, it's only down to Odorous, but he survives somehow with 20 points of health. All good, all fine, all great. It feels a lot like it comes just down to this round here. I mean, obviously, in the long run it doesn't because it's not number 15. But I mean, it leaves a clear tendency, right? That's the problem. That is the big, big problem. Slowly, he takes such ground. We're perfect flashbang from Davey. Down to 4 again. Sinister times. The dark clouds might get over the head of the South Africans. Their approach, though, more B focused. If that leads to success, JT, he jiggle pings around. He definitely wants that frag. The problem over on the B side, though, is we're seeing a GMD down to 10 HP. Attack might be able to capitalize on explicitly that. And as Doomster and Co are directly on their path and on their way, JT down. More to come from the man who's down to 10 points of health. Is, though, Rocka able to strike? As I say it and close my mouth now. Oh, not happening. And Black Poison gonna do it on his own. The players approach over on Banana. They got a kit. The hands of Drone. Slowly they go through. No room for error. Time's ticking. Only approach the side, see a bit of the body. That's so unfortunate.
Counter-terrorists win.
Stavey, with that aggressive setup, might just even find the first one off guard. Just puts him down to 2 HP. Attack, or unfortunately not in attack mode. Saddening, really. I mean, the South Africans, underrepresented scene. Counter-Strike. I mean, they got one team in the minor circuit, which is Energy. Will fly to the Asian minor. Attack, setting themselves up for an A-side take. The utility is already flying on the site. Rocka, what a flashbang. So 4 individuals are guarding A. 4 individuals who are probably capable of doing a lot, but his peak was just a bit too aggressive. All over the side, you don't find individuals. And now Drone with what a mistake, as he has been taken out in the end. Davey once more doesn't get it. And Otterus, at AWP, hurt by the man whose tag he has on. He's right inside. He gotta be so cautious. Attack could finally find a round. They obviously know. There comes the mistake. Number 9, finally a sign of life. Obviously, shutdown quickly initiated. Peekers saving up for the next one, trying to deal some damage. Done it with Black Poison. That's quite alright. Here it goes. 10 to 12. Now, Banana Control trying to be taken quite swiftly. Peekers wants that entry, very obviously. They're gonna get it, but he has to run for the flames. He's gonna make it with 22 HP. Seems like it's enough for the moment. So slowly and steady, Fady wants to get that frag, is able to do so. So the situation seems to resolve in the way of attack. Nobody holding down B anymore. The real threat is Doomster. Oh! And Davies whiffing. They might not be taking and they might not be going for this. This attack has all the control over there. I mean, a frag found, nice to have. There we go. The South Africans, most definitely on the right track. Back to 11 rounds. Back on track, not yet entirely. But they are accumulating money, first of all, which is helpful in the future situations where it might look a little darker. So Otterus finds a quite easy kill on Doomster. Not expect attack to fall into a trap right now. As I say, JT at least able to counterfrag. Same goes for Fady. This is now equalized again. Banana belongs to attack and they can build up onto this. Trying to achieve control over on B. Depends if Rocco's going to make a mistake. He's going to swing wide, doesn't he? Does, and that together with his teammate. It's becoming problematic. Smoke throwing brilliantly, but you got to take him out. There it goes. Instantly he rotates over. Drone knows he's in a quite uncomfortable position. And as he can't take down the first, that means the bomb is going to hit the ground 100%. JT puts the C4 on the ground. Slowly and steady, Drone flanks. Molly though going his way. Oh, this is unfortunate. And I mean, take a look at it. Problem really is there's no kits. They gotta be ASAP on the site. JT down, and they know where Black Poison stands. Now the kid is onto Rocca. He's able to do it. It's gonna be enough time either way. 10-second defuse is alright. So let's see if we're gonna experience the full force of Peaker's advantage, because if they find this one, should be all good. Because then they will be on 14-11. Their opponent, I mean, the losing bonus plus the like 1.7k rest, it works. It's not ideal. Slowly trying to obtain control. Whoa! A flick by the bug onto Hiko! A reaction in milliseconds! That puts down one extremely important player. in order for this not to be stopped at the moment. The problem that though occurs, Fade, okay, he's now known, and this puts pressure onto all the individuals waiting back on the B site. But 2 more remaining, make it 1. Good luck, have fun, Black Poison. Peaker's advantage. This is not their pick. This is not their decision, and so it would be somewhat devastating for attack. Somewhat. Attack very hesitant. The 3 players remaining on the side from Peaker's advantage. All the utilities coming down on the site, which makes it a bit problematic. Yet again, can the CT strike Davey in an uncomfortable situation with everybody failing to really defend? And as I say, it's play by the book from attack. So, inspecting the AK as a sign of victory. Attack. I mean, after this, they're still 4 rounds away from a victory, free from overtime. Peaker still, the money isn't ideal, so you could expect maybe a failure to come into the system of the CTs. We're gonna figure that, though. Such an aggression. Oh, can he escape? No! And this is exactly what you get. I mean, this is the bill you have to pay afterwards, though. A brilliant frag that goes the way of Peaker's attack, though, with a fight, or more likely a chance to get this one in their way. JT possibly having a good read on it. Library is under pressure anyway. Drone, yeah, taken down from behind as expected. And as I say that, how did Rocka just eliminate him? It's a little all weird, and if JMD does not stay back on Banana, then problems occur, but you should hear them soon. GMD now has information. He can't get the shot for the smoke. I mean, that for a second would be too crazy. Attack, who bounced back in the previous round, might fall and collapse already. No mistake, no room for error. Hiko peeking out, that could be his death. They do it though is the question. No kit, by the way, on Peaker. Pardon, Davey has one. And as Rocket tries to come out and get a bit of attention, his head lost. 2 more to go. They know about the grill flare, and he goes, sprays down 1. The second is not granted. And there's no kit on GMD. Trying to fake it out to potentially get a frag. That works, but he should be dead. He should be dead. Is he? Yeah, indeed. The speakers in that round were actually getting a little too much control if you consider how it was overall in the long run of this. Now we gotta see if they'll be able to get anywhere close to this. Attack, though, they have found somewhat their way back into this. Not entirely. I'm honestly not convinced yet. Though on the other side, considering how much pressure Peakers put onto them, it was not that bad. And Davey is 100% dead. Brilliant utility usage coming in from JT. This puts Peakers down to 4. And Apartment's control that belongs to them. We saw others having pivotal impact on the rounds before. GMD here, Seiko stepping. Information at least there. Though it's an obvious A-side focus coming in. And Peakers, they're gonna shift. GMD is gonna get the rotator, and this puts now attack on alarm. 35 seconds, by the way. And you immediately need to rotate. Rocka is in a difficult situation where 1 frag would be more than enough, and as I say it, he gets 1. Bomb to be planted on the ground. Black Poison will surely have no real issue in this, as the flashbang is thrown on the site. Both individuals should have been blind, yet again, the defuse part and the defense is on maximum right now. Immediately, control needs to be seized by Peakers again. Nate goes quite okay. Auk and AWP trying to find the frags, and here it goes. Hiko alone last, 52 HP. The man's dead, the kid's there, and the situation resolved by Peakers.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Like first time out, just say that. Coming in from attack. And I honestly look very much forward to what Peakers got into this, because everything's ideal for them to say it like that. Utility, better. Weaponry, better. But the read, obviously better as well, unfortunately, for the side of attack. But they've heard the impact of the utility. You've most definitely heard the impact of utility. So can they overrun the individuals waiting over there? Another flashbang thrown. The CT player retreats. Davies doesn't seem to stand really a chance. JT, he takes down Rocka, frag found. Oh, and the Dark player is down as well. Amazing job by ATK, or more likely attack, as this attack is brilliant. And for the sake of God, safe. I mean, honestly, please, safe. Shouldn't have said it, should I? $14-15, a chance of overtime is here, and Peakers, honestly, the retake approach I didn't necessarily like, but it seemed like one player was trapped on the side anyway, so no real chance was there. The wallbang nearly comes in. I mean, drone down to 90, but that obviously is no real issue. And there it comes. Seems like we're going into OT. Attack. They should be able to prevail in this. I don't want to say it too early, right? But realistically speaking, that can't be going their way. As I say, no! Oh, another frag maybe? Hiko denies. And there's a player pushing for Banana right now. Drone can't do a thing. Davey down to nothing in the end. Autoris was impressive, but it's going to be impressive enough. Nah, overtime. We're coming. Let's see who's going to take it. Attack. Bouncing back in the end. Peaker's surely not happy about it. As I personally would have thought, there would be a better chance for the Peaker side in the end to then finish it off. But I obviously was bamboozled. And JT taking down 2 over on Banana. Auto Director doesn't want to show that. And oh, what? He was in the flames. Okay then. I mean, I accept it. As I didn't expect that to be the case. There they come. Drone eliminates Hiko, but on the way, still the majority remains over on the side for Peaker's advantage. No idea how JT, by the way, is alive with 1 HP and even gets another frag. Awesome. And 16-15 it is. Attack want this back. This belongs to them. This is what they want to have. With Fady and Co. Taking a long time to win this one. Now they really bounce back into this. I'm looking very much forward to see if that's gonna work. Oh, the timing! That's on his side. Oh, that could have been extremely dangerous. He got those strikes when needed. He's on 30 frags, by the way. A belongs to attack. An attack, there they are. This is exactly what you would like to see from them. South Africans looked a little shaky in the beginning of this. Now, it all looks good. And specifically what I have to say, next up is going to be Mirage, which have been decided by Peaker's Advantage. And, I mean, they have a very similar win rate on it. When we take a look at the bigger picture, both are, I mean, separated by 1 win. 4-1 to 3-2 is the win-lose ratio from both Peakers with 4-1 and a attack 3-2. So we're going to see. In the meantime, Fetty goes ham and finds a frag onto Rocka. 10k is going to work brilliantly, and Peaker's Advantage. They're not even standing a chance. Surely the pistols are not ideal, but they're not standing a chance. JT is going to hunt it down. A brilliant overtime half, really. And with just one more round coming in for attack, I mean, as on the defending side, they obviously stand a chance. It's not even up for discussion, is it? Slowly and steady, they're moving onto the side. Drone, he wanted to get that frag desperately. Fady, though, only down to 49 and not eliminated. He's standing in the flames for so long. Oh, and Doomster's already on the backside. They're making just an American sandwich out of that. And this is filled with blood. As, well, no real chance seems to be there. Black Poison, as I say, though, got a strike. Can't really do so. Hiko is helping when needed. Nautilus is down. Hiko finishes off with a triple.